software in the past was mainly about feature development, who could build the best features, who could demonstrate the best IP and coding prowess inside their technology. And now it's more so about what kind of generative AI engine can you build to amplify your efforts and actually eliminate the need for most of the development that you need to do on a software product.
Hi, I'm Lucas James.
And I'm Jordan Ross.
And I'm AJ Casada.
And we're the co-hosts of How to Scale an Agency. Here we go! After scaling our own agencies to over $185,000 per month in sales and working with agencies doing hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue like Hawk Media and Neil Patel, we've made this show to interview the top digital marketing agency owners and highlight the fastest ways to scale your agency. If you would like to join the best digital marketing agency community on the planet and let us help you scale, go to twiz.io to sign up today.
Hey everybody, so today I want to talk about why everybody should start to become a developer. And this goes for if you have your own marketing agency, your own service company, and you're not technical. I hope that this podcast can show you the benefits, and this episode can show you the benefits of why that is so critical, why it's so critical that you at this point in time choose to learn software development. I want to be really clear about what software development is now. Software development really truly is utilizing most of AI and no code intertwined with the actual software development itself to create this almost new form of software. And if you're familiar with this guy named Andreas Comparthy, and I probably mispronounced his name horribly right there, but he was the head of Tesla's AI division, and he led a huge team of AI engineers at Tesla to create AI models. And he actually released a paper about software 2.0, which is this whole concept that essentially in the future, there's going to be, and I guess now we're living in the future, there's going to be a whole movement around utilizing AI and no-code tools and other kinds of innovative tech platforms to essentially build software extremely fast. And one of the key differences between software of the past and software now is that software in the past was mainly about feature development, who could build the best features, who could demonstrate the best IP and coding prowess inside their technology. And now it's more so about what kind of generative AI engine can you build to amplify your efforts and actually eliminate the need for most of the development that you need to do on a software product. And again, my argument and the reason why I believe everybody should be a developer now, or at least try to learn the basics of software development, is because now more than ever before, software development is accessible, and now more than ever before, companies are being left behind who do not adapt to some of the technological changes that are occurring now. That's why I'm trying to focus so much on implementing AI into everything that I do with my marketing agency and also no code. If you don't know where to start on no code, I definitely recommend watching some of my previous videos about building on bubble.io. It's definitely an incredibly powerful platform. I recently actually gave a talk on this at a event in Los Angeles. I'll be posting that soon as well. But the main thing with Bubble is that it allows you to build any app that you want really quickly and really without that much previous dev experience at all. You can go to the Bubble forum and you can actually start to ask questions about how to build things. They have really good tutorials. I can tell you that from my experience, it didn't take me long to start to actually learn how to build on Bubble and scale, and to build an app that actually got paying users and growing it that way. One of the cool things if you're a service professional, and the reason why I recommend everyone does some kind of software development, is that at least for now, at least for the time being, software has a much higher valuation than a service company. Usually the valuation can be anywhere from 5 to 10x to 50x the valuation of a service company on revenue. So for example, if a service company is valued at, let's say 1x ARR, so annual revenue, annual recurring revenue, a software business might be valued to 10 million, 10 times the annual recurring revenue of that service business if that business was mostly a software company. So what you can do if you're a service business, and the reason you should become a software developer, is you can actually start to implement a lot of these things into your business and start to find different processes to implement technology into that'll actually allow you to build a higher valuation for your business. So let's say your company is valued at $1 million. If you start integrating software tools, you can actually increase that valuation 2 to 3x. So in effect, you're actually doubling or tripling your net worth overnight just by implementing these tools. So that's the first reason why I think you should be a developer, because at least for now, software has a higher valuation. Now, the reason I keep saying for now is because if everyone becomes a developer over time, that might change. Maybe the actual benefit of having a software company diminishes, and maybe it's not as valuable as it was in the past. There's a lot of things that can happen, right? So at the end of the day, I want you to think about that when it comes to, why some, businesses might end up being more valuable than others. The other reason is because it's not even just a valuation thing, it's just an efficiency thing. So if you have core processes that you need to be automated, for example, let's say you have calendar booking features in your company that for whatever reason, the no-code tools like Zapier are not giving you what you need to run an automation or a workflow that routes a lead to 3 different people and interacts it in a super unique way, some super unique configuration, you're gonna have to hire a developer. Now, just for cost and knowing what to hire, because if you're not a developer, you won't know what to hire for, it's really recommended that you learn some of these tools yourself. And what you can do, and I'm gonna show you guys right now, if you're watching this, you'll be able to see it. If you're not watching this and you're listening to this as a podcast, then I'll just explain to you what I'm doing. You can watch the video later. What I'm gonna show you guys is actually how to use ChatGPT to effectively use coding or teach yourself how to code, even more so than learning the basics like Bubble, okay? So let me show you what you can do with no code and AI and ChatGPT. All right, so let's say for ChatGPT, you wanna learn Python, which is a very popular language. You can just start by asking, how do I learn Python? Now, a lot of developers will tell you that the answers that ChatGPT gives sometimes can be wrong and sometimes can lead you astray. So you want to keep these things in mind. Those are called hallucinations. And for anybody listening, I just went into the ChatGPT app and I asked it, how do I learn Python? When I did this, it spit out an answer, give me the steps as to how you can learn Python. So once you have those steps, you can actually start to ask it even deeper questions. So one of the things that it said was get the right tools. So it said install a code editor like PyCharm or VS Code, or use Jupyter Notebook. If you don't know what these things are, you can then ask questions like, what is PyCharm? What is VS Code? Teach me PyCharm, teach me VS Code. Learning the basics, right? One of the books that it recommends are Learn Python in the Hard Way, right? Or Python Crash Course. I could go in and now search deeper and say, give me the basics taught in the book Python Crash Course, right? And it'll actually give you some of the basics in the book, right? So for anyone listening, it's actually giving me a list of what is included in this book, right? And then you can just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. So the main reason why I think it's important that you actually leverage these technologies and teach yourself how to code is because, again, the baseline is shifting, right? It's no longer that just owning a service business or just owning a software 1.0 business was enough. You have to actually understand some of the intrinsic details, the intrinsic tools, the infrastructure that goes into building these projects now, because it's becoming more available, because it's becoming more widespread. And because of that, your competition is increasing. And so I definitely would recommend digging into this, teaching yourself some basic Python, teaching yourself some basic JavaScript, teaching yourself some basic HTML and CSS, and then also leveraging these tools within tools like Bubble.io, where you actually can start to build the front-end interface, the back-end, etc., without needing to know how to code. But the cool thing is when you do have some coding understanding, you can take that custom code you created and you can actually put it into Bubble. And so again, if you want to check out some of my other videos, I go into how to actually use Bubble. But one of the best things just to note is that it's fully customizable. So you can take custom code, you can integrate it, and you can also use the no-code framework. So again, if you're an agency owner, you just have to understand some form of software development at this point in time. It's very important for growing and scaling your business, mainly because this is how everything is going, and software is now neatly woven into all of the things that we do. If you like this video or you like this podcast, please follow for more. I'm putting out a lot more content around AI and no code. If you have any suggestions of content you want to see, please comment below and I'd love to help by making a video. Thank you.